Hi everyone, my name is Lilo Waltelli and I'm the project manager for TSNE's Learning Lab. The Learning Lab is a 2-year initiative that is exploring how to best meet the needs of under-resourced organizations supporting marginalized communities. For the past 13 months, we have been using different design thinking techniques to co-create with organizations directly. And something I have learned as a designer is that in moments of crisis, design thinking thrives because it enables us to have a more open mind, allows us to be curious, and it gives us permission to have wild, creative, and loud ideas that this moment of time calls for. I wanted to share 3 tidbits that we have been applying in the lab that could be applied today to help you move your organizations forward and design your organizations forward in this moment of uncertainty. The first is experimentation through collaboration. And what does that actually mean? So traditionally, what we like to have is all the knowledge in front of us. We want to make sure we don't have knowledge gaps. Having all the knowledge in front of us allows us to put the most confident and the best solution to communities that we are serving. Today, we are going to have a lot of knowledge gaps. We won't have complete knowledge. And the best way to fill our knowledge gaps with the most current and relevant knowledge is by cross-sector collaboration. And if I am the urban ag program in Springfield and my community is still relying on me for that freshly grown produce, then I need to partner up with the organization doing eviction advocacy in Springfield because they will have knowledge gaps that I could provide some support in, and I have knowledge gaps that they could provide support in. And I would even encourage us to think bigger and try to collaborate with the for-profit sector. Local grocery stores would potentially, in this scenario, be a great collaborator. Red tape in this moment is thin, and so it is easier, I shouldn't say it's thin, it's thinner. It's easier to collaborate and it's easier to invite those individuals and those organizations into the collaborative space. So in that space, you want to make sure you have knowledge responders, and those are organizations that are being held accountable to responding to communities. The nonprofits and for-profits, they'll still have a big role to play in responding to the communities they serve. But you also want to make sure you have some knowledge consumers in that collaborative space. Knowledge consumers are the individuals and families that are on the receiving end of your solutions. You want to make sure that they are also in that collaborative space. This way, everyone has the most current and relevant knowledge to allow you to collaborate. And collectively, you can acknowledge that any solution you put into the community will be an experiment because there is not one perfect solution. Otherwise, there would be no need for this video. Okay, so make sure that you have that collective acknowledgement and recognize that this is a moment to have collective impact and also a great moment to experiment and try something new. So experimentation through collaboration is number 1. Number 2 is crowdsourcing wild and creative ideas. I like to call these loud ideas. And these ideas should be coming from all possible sources because everyone's plugged in, everyone's online. Go make a quick video of your idea to Facebook or to Instagram or to whatever social media outlet you use and receive feedback. You want to place emphasis here on feedback loops, on shortening those feedback loops, okay? You don't want a 3-week feedback loop. You don't even want a 5-hour feedback loop. You want a 15-minute feedback loop. Post it. What are people saying? Change it. What about if we tried this? What about if we did this? And you're not looking to find that one perfect idea. You're not even looking for a good enough idea. What you're looking for is, we'll call this the let's try idea. Okay, this is the idea where all your stakeholders say, let's give this one a try. This is an experiment worth pursuing. That's the idea you want to get right now. And a let's try idea applied with vigor and applied with determination and applied with that collective impact is much better than a perfect idea applied 10 minutes or 20 minutes later. And then the third thing, so that was the second thing, making sure we're crowdsourcing wild and creative ideas. The third thing and final is making sure we're evaluating our ideas based on context. We traditionally evaluate our solutions based on desirability, feasibility, and viability, and all of our metrics can fit into one of those 3 buckets. We want to make sure that we're evaluating our solutions based on context. Does this solution work for this moment in time? Is it working right now? If we deploy it right now, we want to check in the next day. Is it working? Is it actually doing what it was supposed to be doing? This isn't a time for long-term evaluation. This is a time for short-term context evaluation, checking our assumptions, making sure our experiment is working, and if it's not, making sure we're ready to pivot, because after all, it is just an experiment. Okay? So those are the 3 tidbits that you can use from the Learning Lab to help you design your organizations forward. If you want to learn more about the resources and techniques that the Learning Lab uses, you can log into tsne.org. Thank you.